DOJ prosecutor Jim Trusty joins us now. I just want to play this as call for number 3 about the possibility of being this man being still a danger to the public.
Absolutely, there's concerns he might come back into town. By all indications, this is an unstable individual who walked in and murdered 4 people in cold blood for no reason whatsoever. So there absolutely is concern for the public. Again, I'm going to stress, we believe this is an armed and extremely dangerous individual. I'm going to ask the public to be vigilant.
Jim Trusty, I'm going to put up on the board for everybody to see what we know about the suspect at this time. 45 years old, and you just heard William Lajeunesse report. He did serve in the Army from 2001 to 2005, and then he was in the National Guard from 2006 to 2009. Possibly has PTSD and a history of mental illness. So what is law enforcement to do?
Yeah, I mean, they're taking the right approach. You have to have a wide net. You have to recognize that he is dangerous, that it might have been targeted in the sense of that he knew the folks that worked at the bar, the oncology nurse that moonlighted as a bartender, and the 3 regulars. But I mean, he's walking into a bar at 10:30 a.m., slaughtering 4 people, and then walking out stripped down to his boxers. I mean, this is a case that's firmly at that horrible intersection of crazy and criminal. And so, you know, look, I don't think this is going to turn into an Eric Rudolph situation, the Atlanta bomber, who was a very serious trained survivalist who was able to kind of disappear into the woods in North Carolina and Tennessee for a long, long time. This guy has familiarity from camping and from being out there, but he's beleaguered with his own demons. And I think he's going to end up, unfortunately, probably either dying of his own hand or considering something like a suicide by cop when they close in on him, particularly if he has a weapon. So I don't think it's going to end particularly well, but it's a tragic circumstance, a terrible case.
And as you told our producer, you believe if he's on foot, they will find him. Let's talk about another case. This was in Tennessee, a terrible situation. The manhunt is underway to try to find out who murdered these 4 relatives. The baby was abandoned 40 miles away. We just still don't have a lot of information, but we do have this. You do have the first person who was brought in, Tanaka Brown, I think I have the name correctly there, and Giovanni Thomas. They were both arrested, and then Austin Robert Drummond is at large. Based on your experience, Jim, what do you think happened here?
Well, this is a real violent guy. I'm sure there's a mental health layer to it on some point. But look, this is a guy who served time for a robbery, an armed robbery of a convenience store, threatened the jurors, and near the end of his 13-year sentence, apparently was charged with attempted murder inside the jail. Now, question how the heck he got out on bond in that is kind of interesting to me. But this was targeted in terms of having a relationship with a girlfriend. It's, again, a horrific murder, 4 people dead, a shocking kind of kidnapping of the baby and abandonment of the baby. He's bounced from a couple of different vehicles. I think that might be the genesis of 2 of his friends being charged with accessory after the fact to murder, and one of them being charged with tampering. I mean, we don't have the charging documents yet, but I think could be something where they helped him go from vehicle to vehicle. And I'm a big fan of that, by the way. If people knowingly help someone who's on the run, they deserve the full weight of the law to come down on them because they're contributing to the danger. They're making this a more dangerous, more prolonged situation. So look, very armed and dangerous guy, probably a little bit of a dead-end mentality at this point. This is like the nightmare for law enforcement. And again, I don't think he's a survivalist. I think he's going to show up. But it could be a very dangerous encounter for law enforcement when they get their hands on this guy.
Jim Trusty, always love having you here. Have fun in Vegas. I guess what happens there stays there.
Just me and Sydney Sweeney. We're having fun.
On Newsroom, Jim Trusty. Okay, thank you.
All right, see you, Dana.
Good advice, Dana.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.